Now, density is the amount of mass in a unit volume of a substance, and so the formula for that is simply mass divided by volume. Okay, and if you look at all the different densities for substances, what you should recognize is the fact that the density is what determines whether or not something's going to float. So for example, if I have balsa wood, which has a density of 0.16 grams per centimeter cubed, and I put it in water, that balsa wood is going to float because balsa wood is less dense than water. However, if you take table salt and just put it in water without stirring it, it will sink to the bottom because it is more dense than water. So let's actually look at an example problem. It tells me that I have tetrachloroethylene, and it is a liquid that's used for dry cleaning, and it has a mass of 40.55 grams and a volume of 25.0 milliliters. It says, what is the density at this temperature, and will it float in water? Explain. So remember, the formula for density is mass divided by volume. Okay, I'm going to take the mass, which is 40.55, and divide it by 25.0. And so my answer, we will go over this in a future video, but just as review, because 40.55 has 4 sig figs and 25.0 has 3 sig figs, my final answer should have 3 significant figures. So my answer is 1.62 grams per mil. Now, if you look, the density of water is 1.00, which means that tetrachloroethylene is actually going to sink in water because it has a density that is higher than that of water.
So if we use density as a conversion factor, we can actually calculate mass and volume by simply manipulating units. So specifically for this question, it says, what is the mass in grams of a liquid having a density of 1.50 grams per mil and a volume of 3.5 liters. So I'm going to use my density as a conversion factor, so I'm not going to use it quite yet, and my given is going to be 3.5 liters. So in order to convert into grams by using density, I need to convert my volume into milliliters. So I'm going to first convert. I'm going to put liters on bottom and milliliters up top. There are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. And so as far as prefixes are concerned in relationships you need to know from first year chemistry, knowing the milliliter conversion, so milli is 1,000, so 1,000 milliliters or milliseconds is 1 second or 1 liter. The other one is kilograms, so like 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. And the only other one you're really responsible for knowing is nano, so they're 10 to the 9th nanometers, for example, in 1 meter. Those are the 3 prefixes you really need to know. So at this point, sorry for the digression, but at this point I'm now in milliliters, so I can get into grams. All I have to do is put milliliters on bottom and grams up top. And notice, since I have grams per milliliter, that allows me to use density as my conversion factor. So I'm going to put 1.50 grams on top, 1 on bottom, and so I'm now going to be in grams, and I found my answer, which is 5,300 grams, because I want 2 significant figures. So you can use density as a conversion factor very easily.